Yo,
We're
Dane,
back.
we are survivors, and I'm sure all of you are as well, because we survived the, I forgot what it's called.
The Rapture.
The Rapture.
Yep.
Man, that was a great start. And it's also episode 144 of the pod. I'm really glad to see you. Also, is it good or bad that we quote-unquote survived the Rapture? Because if it did happen, we're not in a good spot right now.
That's what you think.
That's what I think. Okay, well, you're sipping the Mountain Dew. We got a good episode in for you today. And yes, by popular demand, Mad Libs is back and wilder than ever. So
Spicy.
make sure to tune in for the whole episode of the Until Next Week podcast.
It's a spicy meatball.
Welcome back.
I'm getting somebody to cover my 4th and 5th grade shift on Sunday.
Right now?
Shift. Yeah.
How long have you known this needed to be done?
Technically, since since I took the job a year ago. Technically, but over a year ago.
Because you are doing a fall retreat?
Yeah, and I won't be there. But I guess technically, I've only been doing this for 3 weeks, like teaching 4th and 5th grade at our 8 a.m. gathering, because they didn't ask. Let's say that.
Okay.
They said,
okay.
"Hey, you're doing this now." But which I'm like, cool. I like kids. But also, whenever I'm gone, I'm responsible to find people to teach all of my lessons.
That is so much fun.
I know, and
Yes.
they can't be staff members. So
because they're doing their other things.
yeah, they're doing their other
That
stuff.
is kind of crazy. I mean, it makes sense, but at the same time, I feel like there could be staff members who aren't necessarily doing a lot where they could fill in. But
Well, and there's levels to it too, because like
are you getting Jake Pridgeon to do it?
I asked him, he said no.
No,
Yeah.
judgmental.
He hates
Jake.
kids too.
You could have redeemed yourself. Well, you could have partially redeemed yourself, and you turned down the children. They're the children, but the children love the books.
I know.
Man, how many people have you asked right now? How many people do we need to call out on the air?
I asked Judgmental Jake.
Man.
I asked this guy's name's Hunter.
Okay, that's unfortunate. Sorry, Hunter.
I don't
Hater.
Hunter. Yeah.
Hater, yeah.
Kid Hater Hunter. I asked another guy named Tucker.
Tucker, yeah. Carlson?
No.
Okay. So who
Different
else have you
Tucker.
asked?
I then said, "Do I really have to?"
You're like, do the kids need a lesson? Like, how much do they really learn each week? Could we just throw
They
them in
learn
a
a lot
room
from Dane.
and see what happens? Or could they just like jump in another room and just let the wildness ensue?
No.
No.
But they learned so much from Mr. Dane that
Their brain's still processing it from last week, so they don't need it this week.
for sure.
Yeah.
But they learned so much from Mr. Dane that the kids coordinator lady came up to me and was like, "Hey, stick to the lesson."
Wait, you were doing a different lesson?
No, I was doing the lesson. I was just expanding.
Oh, and they're like, you can't expand?
I felt necessary to explain the Old Testament laws.
How old are they?
10.
Was it circumcision or was it
No.
something else?
All I said was, in order to understand why this
You
is
have
important,
to stone her.
Well, no.
You have to.
I said this is important because the Old Testament, like you had to do these things, like you couldn't eat shellfish, you couldn't eat pork, you couldn't shave the edges of your beard.
Okay.
Because you're supposed to look different than other people.
I feel like some of those things probably would go over thetheir head, though. Like,
Well-
I barely know about shellfish.
Well, that's awful shellfish of you.
Yeah,
for one.
yeah.
No, that's the worst thing that's ever happened. No, don't play anything.
Oh, man, you're hilarious. Oh, and the studio audience is also laughing at your joke. Man,
Boom.
it would
Okay.
be shellfish not to share that with everyone right now.
No.
They're still laughing.
No, they're not.
Oh, wow.
However, oh yeah, so I asked all these people. They were like, "Dane, don't blah blah blah."
Don't do this. And it probably was an issue because the parents were waiting outside for 45 minutes.
No,
you
I always get
made
done
the
on
lesson
time.
twice as long.
I always get done on time. And also, there's not that many kids in my class on Sundays because it's
Yeah.
8 a.m. and all the parents go to 9:30 and 11.
So with the coordinator, does she stay in your room the whole time, or does
No.
she go room to room and then she's like, "Oh no, he's on the shellfish thing again"?
No. At the 8 a.m. and in our kids like gatherings in general, like at the main building is like fresh babies out the womb.
Yeah.
Like still
Still
like
kinda sticky.
soft in the middle. Yeah. all the way up to third graders.
Yeah.
And then that's all the room we have on Sundays because we have over 300 kids on Sundays
Yeah, that's
back
a lot.
there.
Yeah.
I know, it's crazy.
It's literally the movie 300.
It is. There's
You
300
need to
kids.
get them some swords and shields and just see what happens.
I would be able to defeat them.
Yes.
And then at the West Wing, which is my main building, which is the youth building, we've started to put 4th and 5th graders over there because we literally don't have any room at the other building.
Yeah, there's no room for them in the inn, which
Yeah.
is what you are going to teach them here in a couple months.
Yeah, it's almost Christmas season.
Mm-hmm. Merry
By that I
Christmas.
mean from December 21st to December 22nd is Christmas. Or I mean 26th.
Which I agree with you.
Yeah.
But that December 21st started last year, and it goes until a year from now, December 22nd.
No.
So it's actually like 2 years for
So
1
then
year.
you can't play Christmas music on Christmas.
No, because then it overlaps.
No.
So it ends on the 22nd, but starts on the 21st.
Quit
and
playing
keeps
Christmas
going.
music. Celebrate Jesus'
Am
birthday
I
when he actually was born.
Am I playing any Christmas music?
Yes.
No one knows.
You're playing it in my ears
No
only.
one knows the exact day when he was born.
Why there's so many cords around me? I feel trapped in this booth.
It's been the same, and there's no booth. What? I gave you 2 Mountain Dews, and this is how you treat me?
I want to beat other people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I said that this week at work.
Did you really?
Yeah, and that gets me into my updates this week.
Okay, yeah.
So-
What are some of your updates here?
This week, they made a fun rule because of Dane at work.
I feel like that's happened a lot.
my
Or
old job,
a
for sure.
fun rule is made because of Dane.
Yeah, I get to strut down to HR's office a lot. And then,
Wait, at your current job?
no, at the old
I
job.
was going to say, I feel like there's not really an HR per se.
There is, but there also isn't.
I feel like it's a little different. Yeah.
There's definitely somebody who acts as HR, basically.
Yeah.
And she is the director of ministries, the
Yes.
executive director of ministries, which I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. However,
Updates. Yeah.
I haven't been doing my check-in every week. So every week I have to fill out this thing like, how did it go? What are your biggest challenges right now? How can I help you?
My biggest challenge is filling this out.
Man, I've written that out several times, and I'm like, I can't send that because this is actually officially documented.
Yeah.
And because I'm like, it's like, first off, nobody knows what it means because it says on a scale of 1 to 10, rate how you're feeling right now. What do you mean? Like life at work? Am I hungry? I am kind of hungry.
Yeah.
It said, what do you, this
hungry,
week it asked
hungry,
me
yeah.
things that I like about our company culture. And I said, I like that we have fun. I like free food. I like the blinds in the atrium.
I don't know why, but I feel like it's weird calling it a quote unquote company culture when it's a church.
I know.
Why not just call it
Well, I
church
think it was
work culture, church work culture?
I think it was preset questions.
Okay.
So I think because this isn't like a Christian like thingy.
Okay, I was gonna say because
But-
again, it's like the
Yeah.
company.
It's a way to
Yes.
document our challenges at the end of the week, and it has to be done on Thursdays. That's my biggest deal. I'm like, I'll just do it whenever.
So you had to do it today.
Yeah,
Man.
I turned it in at 8:01 a.m. because I had it all typed out yesterday.
Hey,
And-
wait to get it done.
I
Knocked
know.
out. That's your one job today.
And then my boss was like, Dane, you're supposed to do this last 30 minutes of your day. I'm like, you know what happens in the last 30 minutes of my day? People come and bother me. They ask me to do stuff, and then I forget, and then I go home, and then you guys end up texting
Wait.
me the next day, and I just turn it in late.
They got mad at you for turning it in early.
Yeah, they're like, you can't turn it in early, you can't turn it in late, you have to turn it in this 30-minute window.
I mean, I guess you could always still do it in the future and just wait to turn it in. Have a notification.
I do. I have several things
But
on my
on
calendar.
the record, because
Yeah.
if in case you're listening, that's not what he's doing. He is
Right.
yes. Just want to point that out. These are hypotheticals, that just thoughts flowing through my head that he will not do.
They're like, just do it in the last 30 minutes of your workday. First off, last 30 minutes of my workday is subjective. Who knows when I'm clocking out?
Yeah, and also like you might be in a better mood when you filled out the other time compared
Yeah.
to the end of the day. But at the same time, end of the day,
Yeah.
then it's like, well, man, I get the day off tomorrow.
Also,
quote unquote.
I'm super not honest on it.
Oh no, Dane.
It's not that I'm not honest. Everything I said is truthful on there. But when it says like,
What?
what is your biggest challenge
just
right now?
said I'm not honest
I
on
know.
there, and then you followed that up with I'm truthful.
Yeah, because everything said must be true, but not everything true must be said. So, like, what for? Like, my biggest problem right now, I'm not going to actually list that. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to get into an argument about this. I just am frustrated about whatever thing.
And just remember,
yeah.
we are throwing this podcast out to the world.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind.
Well, I'm not going to say my biggest frustration.
Okay.
But I'm like, I'm not going
If
to
you
list
know
my biggest
what
frustration.
Dane's biggest frustration is, or have any wild guesses, put that in the comments. Please. We'll read them next week.
Because then that warrants a conversation. And I don't want to have a conversation about these things. I want to avoid it, and then maybe it'll go away.
Yes.
Because that's what you do to problems. You avoid them, and then they go away, just like my cancer did.
That is so true. And that's why you're waiting another 8 months.
Exactly.
Until you go back. And then another 8 months, and
Good
so on
things
and so
come
forth.
to those who avoid.
And that's my lesson this week, kids.
Retirement fund? Didn't think so. Spend it on the lottery tickets.
Dane, stay to the lesson. Stay to the notes. Is that all your updates?
No.
You said you were going to talk about fall retreat, but it hasn't happened yet.
Oh, I haven't even talked about the second one. So, kids confessed. Last night in small group, we started a new sermon series called Prayerful Dependence. I did something for that. And then...
Way to go.
After that, we go to a small group, and I sit in with the 6th grade boys right now while I'm trying to find another leader for that.
Yeah.
And I'm actually interviewing a guy next week for that, which is cool. But I was sitting there, and I was like, some. And then I was like, and so, like, this group is, like, a really cool area where we can, like, confess sin to one another. And also, like, I was like, within reason, like, I'm not going to tell your parents because...
Murder.
And by not tell your parents, I mean, I am a mandated reporter. So if you are doing something wild and illegal, I do have to tell your parents. And also, if you're doing something that's dangerous to yourself, I'm telling your parents.
You don't tell them that part, though, do you?
I did tell them that part.
Oh, but then they might not tell you.
Well, I have to be super fair and upfront.
But then they might not say it.
I can't say you're not going to get in trouble, and then all of a sudden, here come the police. You want to talk about breaking trust. That's crazy.
Hey, it could save them.
It could save them, maybe.
So you got to keep that in mind.
And then also, they're going to be like, I hate my youth pastor, Dean.
And that's
in
why
jail.
I joined the circus.
Exactly.
Yes.
And so I was like, no. I was like, so if it's like illegal or really bad, I do have to tell your parents. But if it's something like, hey, I said this lie one time, it depends on what the lie is.
Yeah.
But also, I may not like actually go to your parents about that. And kid goes, okay, I have something to say. And he's like, yeah, I stole this from like my sister. And I was like, yeah. And so how do you feel about that? He's like, oh, well, I should probably get it back. Yeah, for sure. And then different kid raises his hand and goes, is that an example of something you would tell our parents? And I said, no, I'm probably not going to tell your parents about that one. He goes, okay, I got something. And then he tells me about something else, and like 15 boys start like confessing.
All of a sudden, and you're like, wow, this doesn't happen. A lot of times I feel like, especially with that age range, they don't want to say anything.
I know. They never have confessed before until now, and I'm just like, this is crazy. And it was all like pretty like whatever stuff. Like one kid was like, I stole a Switch from my friend, like Nintendo Switch, but I gave it back.
Okay, good. I was like, I think they would want that back. I think they know you have it, Steven.
He goes, I stole it from my friend, and then my dad realized, hey, what are these Switch controllers doing out? You don't have a Nintendo Switch. And then I said, well, my friend let me borrow it. And then he called my friend's dad.
So then he's going down the lies and lies. That's one sin leads to another.
He goes, so the dad calls the other friend's dad, and then he's like, hey, did your kid let my kid borrow the Switch? And then the other kid lied for him too, said yeah. And then he just gave it back later.
Wow.
I was like, first off, what a real homie. But second off,
so they're just hit, and now the dads are listening right now to the podcast like, we got duped.
Yeah.
And then who am I mad? We're both mad at our own kids. But then now I don't even know.
Well, that's not even the worst one.
Oh no.
The worst one was,
should you say it?
This kid stole from the Salvation Army. He raises his hand and goes,
is he going to give it back?
So there's a story. So he goes, so I stole from the Salvation Army. I'm like, what?
I wanted a red kettle. I didn't have a red kettle.
Well, he goes, when you're going through the grocery line and you see those clear boxes and they put money in it, and this one was for the Salvation Army, he said there was a 20 sticking out, and I just grabbed it. It's mine now. Put it in my pocket. And I was like,
no.
All right.
No.
I go, so then what happened? Because I always let him finish the story.
Yeah.
And then he goes, well, I felt bad, so I told my mom. I was like, okay, good start. And she goes, well, we need to go down to the store, and you need to tell like the store manager, and you need to apologize. And he goes, okay. So he goes down there, and they gave the Salvation Army $40, and so they donated $40. And then the manager's like, wow, thank you so much for doing this, blah, blah, blah. And then
here's the police.
Gave him a kombucha.
He gave him alcohol?
Yeah.
He gave that kid alcohol?
Yeah.
Wow. You see, kids, if you do the bad thing and then the right thing, you get an alcoholic drink.
Basically.
Kombucha.
Well, and then the other kids are like, so I get stuff if I just tell the truth?
No.
I said, Not always. The older you get, the worse it gets.
Yeah. Eventually,
Yeah.
it could lead you going to prison. But
Yeah.
hopefully you don't do anything that would cause you to go to prison in the first place.
If you steal over $500, that's a felony, kids. So don't do that.
$4.99.
At least in the state of Missouri.
Yes.
So that happened. And then also we're going to fall retreat this weekend. So starting tomorrow. So we're recording on Thursday.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to be at fall retreat all weekend.
Yeah.
And we're teaching over prayer, specifically Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane. Him praying right there.
And next week, I'm sure you'll give us a nice little breakdown of all the non-chaos that occurred.
Probably. I'll be off
During
on
this fall
Monday. So
retreat.
it'll be fun.
Shout out, shout out, shout out. You'll get a nice little time to refresh.
I don't know. I'm at 45 hours right now
Nice.
on the week.
Way to go.
And then I'm going to work tomorrow night, all day Saturday, and Sunday morning.
So you'll get up to about 48
Yeah, 3 hours.
over those 3 days.
I'll work at least 3 tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll probably work 6 tomorrow.
Okay. Nice. Well,
More, but
I'm still alive in the Ghostrunners Guillotine League.
Yeah, you
I
are.
have finally made it to week 4. They said it couldn't be done. I've been in this league. This is the 4th year. The first year, I had the first overall pick. Didn't understand how this worked, so I picked Jonathan Taylor as my first
Nice.
overall pick.
Yeah.
You need to pick a quarterback. I didn't realize that. Somehow I still got 2 quarterbacks, made it to the 3rd week.
Oh, 'cause 2
lost.
quarterback league.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
they
yeah.
could have got around to me, and there would have been a chance I had 0 quarterbacks.
oh, yeah.
But survived until the 3rd week, then died. And then the next year, I think I had a pick somewhere in the middle. And I think once again, I messed up. And I believe it was either that time or last year where I picked a quarterback who didn't actually start the first game of the year. So
That's
then I had to
tough.
draft a quarterback 3 times in a row.
Yep.
And then again, ruin the pick and then end up losing the 3rd week. And then last year, again, I had the first overall pick. I took Josh Allen.
Yeah, you did.
That's a great pick. And then
Yep.
my second quarterback, I got whoever. And then on the second week, Josh Allen's like, I don't want to play football. Let's give you 8 points or something instead of 40.
He does that sometimes.
And then I also got eliminated. I'm like, how impossible is it for me to get past week 3, week 2, etc.? But then this year, I had like the latest pick I've ever had. I was like the 17th overall pick. So I was able to get 2 decent quarterbacks, which I already mentioned.
Yeah.
Like the Dak Prescott and Brock Purdy.
Dakota Rain Prescott.
But then I was in a bad fortune because Brock Purdy got injured, I believe, the 2nd week.
Toe and
And
shoulder
he was also out the 3rd week. So I
Yep.
had to pick up a backup quarterback, which luckily
is the GOAT.
I picked up Mac Jones in advance.
Yep.
And he played well enough. And I made it past
That's
the 3rd
it.
week.
Yeah.
And I'm currently averaging the most points in the league
Nice.
per week. This week, Brock Purdy should be back.
Yeah, he's going to be back.
And,
allegedly. He's on track to play.
I'm currently projected to have the 2nd highest points, so hopefully I make it to week 5. And
Nice.
right now I'm changing my name each week. The first,
As you should.
when I first got in the league, I had my name as make it to week 4.
Make it to week 4.
And then I
Here
made
we
it
are.
past to week 4. Then immediately, as soon as I was confirmed, I put make it to week 5. And I'm going to do this every week, assuming I can survive. So that's been a good little positive. Also, I found this account recently, which I think there might be a lot of accounts.
Is it a depressed Cowboys fan?
That's just you.
That's my favorite
That's
one.
your Instagram account.
It's this guy he just crashes out the entire time watching the Cowboys game, and it's hilarious.
This is actually an account where they put iconic movies and they put SpongeBob in it.
Oh.
And
Show me.
And I thought I would show you. I don't have like any specifics, but let's just click on this one right here, and you can hear it. So
You want a chocolate?
Chocolate? Chocolate!
He's just standing there, menacingly.
What's in
sorry,
Samuel.
I gotta bleep that.
You signed the papers.
It won't be like you're not a part of Facebook. You're not a part of Facebook.
This is Sparta! No, this is Patrick.
That's crazy.
Finland. So that was it. Do you see any others? I think I'll do one more, and you'll probably recognize this.
Could we interest you in some chocolate?
What did you say?
Is this Scream?
Yes, sir. With or without nuts.
That's not what you said.
Oh, but this chocolate's not for eating.
You rub it on your skin, and it makes you live forever.
Nah, I don't think so.
Hangs off.
Listen!
Oh, bleep. It's kind of scary.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And also inappropriate, Samuel.
I will bleep out the words, but it's still funny. And there's so many of these. I'm like, this is a really
Jack is the only one who cusses on this podcast.
Yeah, he cusses like a sailor.
True.
But yeah, I found that Instagram account. So if you want to have a little bit of SpongeBob in your life, go follow it. Just search like SpongeBob and Iconic Movies Instagram, and you should find one of the accounts. Something else that's a little less exciting is I decided to help out my dad because his screen protector was all messed up.
True. That's what kids are for.
It looked like there was like bullet holes in it. I'm like, I will help you out and replace the screen protector. But
You said bullet holes.
I mean, there's so many cracks. Like it looked like there's like many bullet holes like all over. I'm like, I will help you change this out. But do screen protectors just like annoy you like so much?
Yeah,
trying
don't
to put
take
them
mine
on?
off.
Because like all the time I'm like, there's a piece of dust. There's a piece of dust. There's a piece of dust. I have to get it perfectly clean before I put the screen protector on, because otherwise,
Someone's a perfectionist.
I know it took me way too long, probably 30 plus minutes,
Dang
which was very
When
annoying.
are you going to replace mine?
You just said you don't replace yours, but I mean, I would do it if you bought a new screen protector for that phone. I would replace it for you.
How
and
much
make it,
is
like,
that?
Perfect. I mean, I got this 3-pack for him for like $8 on Amazon.
Oh, I'll pay $8.
Yeah. So that was something I did, and also my dad is subscribed to a lot of emails.
Yeah, he is.
Like lots of random ones where you get like a lot of spam, and he doesn't really have time to look through said emails.
Not yet.
And I decided to help him out a little bit, where I figured out a hack, specifically on Yahoo. You might be able to do this other places as well. He has like one Yahoo account, and you can click on the sender, and it'll only show you emails from that exact sender, so you don't like mess up looking for keywords. And then it said some of these, it's like you have 6,000 unseen messages from this sender, and I'm like,
Block.
that's a lot. So unsubscribe and then delete 6,000 at once.
Yeah.
And I did this for about an hour and was able to delete like 50,000 emails
That's
that
like-
were
yeah.
unread.
That's
unread.
like my personal email because I have like 19,000 emails unread.
Yeah, you just got to go through and just like mass delete like
Oh, yeah.
all of them by sender.
I just
and
ignore 'em.
Unsubscribe. That's again, ignore your problems and you're fine.
You owe me money. Ignore.
Yep,
You
yep.
need to do this.
Ignore. Yeah, you need to fill out your weekly update. Ignore.
Show up to court. Ignore.
Yeah, you got to do all that stuff. And then the other last little update is more of like a little bit of a thought process here. But is there like anything better than like unexpected treats?
I talked about this in my sermon that you didn't show up to.
I'm sorry. It's been a busy 9 months of work.
You better be pregnant.
No, but that's how long it's been of just extreme busyness. No, not that necessarily, but they had a really good pasta place in town, Bambino's, and they randomly had Bambino's.
Oh.
And they randomly had like leftovers like
Yeah?
the other day at work.
Ooh.
So I was able to get a lot of food there, which was just unexpected. It's like, this is so good. And then luckily
hungry.
today there was still leftovers of the leftovers. So I
Of the leftovers.
got it again. And I'm
So
like,
true.
that was so good. And it makes you happy, you know, when you just don't expect to have like that big of a meal, like at work specifically.
My dad must be doing something wrong because when we used to have leftover pasta from him.
Yeah.
I was like, man, this is gross. And then
Was it good the first time or is it?
it was good, like fresh, but then I'm like, Dad, this is gross. And then
Some pastas don't heat up well.
yeah, like the regular spaghetti noodle doesn't heat up well.
It is kind of weird. You got to have a lot of sauce if you want to get it right. Yeah.
Here's the play on the reels is like you make like the meat sauce whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then you store that and then just boil a new box of noodles every time you want to
but
go to the
that-
well.
sometimes you just want to get something quick.
Yeah, boil the
And-
noodles.
But
I made
I don't
that
know.
tonight before we came here.
yeah, was that good?
I had bow tie pasta because I'm fancy, and then
Not a big fan of bow tie.
you're not a bow
I
tie.
like angel hair.
I do too, but get bow tie or rigatoni.
Why not all three?
If you get regular spaghetti, then you're like a mass murderer. And then if you get linguine, then you're Lindsay Reed.
She looks like a linguine.
She is, yeah, she does look like a linguine.
Sorry, Lindsay.
Her arms are built like linguine noodles.
Oh,
We-
man. We have a
we used to do
voice.
that.
We have a voice memo from her later on. So
we used to call her that when we would play.
Linguine?
Yeah, when we would play volleyball back in the day, sand volleyball. She'd be like, "Here comes linguine."
she would say it.
Yeah.
Okay, then it's okay.
Because my friend Andrew called her linguine, and then
she just embraced it.
when she would serve, she would yell out a different type of pasta.
If Shepherd was a pasta, which one would he be?
Oh man, this is a great question.
It is.
ziti.
ZD. What about a Daniel?
Daniel, the beefiest of all pasta, the shell noodle. Wow, I can't believe I came up with those.
That's good.
The beefiest of all
that
pasta.
is nice.
He'd be a stuffed shell noodle, a jumbo.
Man.
Not in a fat way, but in a
I mean, it could be a
built
fat way. It could be a fat way.
No, he's not fat. He's beefy.
He's got the dad bod.
He does.
He
have
is a
the
dad,
bod.
therefore he has the dad bod.
So true. So
Yeah.
true.
And I'm sure that could maybe grind his gears. Oh.
I wanted to beat other people again, and that grinds my gears.
Well, it's okay. We'll get there eventually.
Do you have the sound for Cal Raleigh's 60th home run?
I don't. Do you want me to pull it up?
Yeah,
but even
I like
though
the announcers doing
that's
it.
sports talk, though.
Oh,
and
never
we're
mind,
still
never mind.
grinds our gears
Never mind,
as you do for
never
the.
mind.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Just really quick because most of my things are grinding. Oh, I'm sorry, that hurt. That really hurt.
I'm dead.
I have a lot of sports related stuff this week. One of which was fantasy baseball. I believe I mentioned it. That was in like the semifinals last week, and I was trying to.
you lost.
I was trying to make it to the very last week because this is the one league where I put like a little bit of money on it. It's only like $10, but if you win, you get like $100. So it's like, okay, that's kind of fun. At the
That
end.
is fun. $100 is some
It's
walk
$100.
around money.
Yeah, that's fun.
Some don't talk to me money.
Yeah,
Some Lauren
yeah.
get what you want money.
Just yeah. As long as it's under $100
Yeah.
before tax. But anyways, I was so good the entire year. I don't really need to explain how all the point system worked, but basically I had like give or take like 160 wins, like 99 losses, and like 15 ties.
Nice.
So like well above 500. I think I won the league by 5 to 10 games, give or take, and it was
Ties
just
are for
dominated
communists.
like all year. And then we go from having like a 23-week regular season to having a 1-week semifinal
Nice.
and a 1-week final.
Yeah, anything can happen in the playoffs.
And of course, the 1-week semifinal, my guys were like, I don't feel like it. I don't.
well, that's why you do
I
a
don't-
regular season winner too.
Which I wish, I don't know if we did that, and I wish we would have set that up because that is a lot better. That way,
Yeah.
if you did dominate, at least you can get
Some money.
$30 or
Yeah.
$40 or something.
But this is winner take all.
I think so. I need to double check.
That's fair.
And
No
it kinda
points for
stinks.
second
And it stinks
place.
because 2 years ago in this league, I obliterated everybody, and I had like give or take. I don't know what my total like 160 wins, etc.
Oh, yeah.
But I know week by week, I think I had 19 wins, 3 losses, and like 2 ties.
Yeah.
And then I again obliterated everybody, but we put no money on it that year.
Lame.
So I didn't get anything. And the next year, I'm like, well, that was really
Gambling
easy.
is fun.
I was like, that was really easy to win. Let's put money on it this year. And then I had a horrible season and missed the playoffs. And then this year, I had a redemption year, played
Yeah.
great, and then my guys decided to do horrible. I think I had like 4 or 5 blown saves by closers.
Yeah.
Everything was trash.
What app do you do this on?
Yahoo.
Yahoo.
Yahoo's decent for fantasy baseball.
You need to do you need to pitch the commissioner to do a do you do this every year?
I mean, this is the 3rd year I've been a part of it.
And this same guys every year though too?
In the 3 years, it's been the same all 3 years.
You need to do a way where you can tank and trade for draft picks.
Yeah, but at the same time,
I want to rebuild.
well, you don't want draft picks.
I do for next year.
Not for baseball.
No,
Draft
yeah.
pick for baseball is dumb.
I want draft picks.
No, I mean, no.
You want my closer? I want your 14th round
I think
pick.
this is good because some people play so bad.
Yeah.
Like, they need a restart, hopefully.
Yeah. So
and
then
my
they
team
can
was-
trade their
and my
players.
team was very
Boom.
solid. But anyways, poop the bed.
Yeah, you
and lost there. And then, of course, I'm playing for 3rd place this week. And then my guys are like, hey, let's have the best week of our lives. And like
yeah.
3 days in, I think my OPS is like 1.2. There's like 9 home runs by my team, like a 3.20 average, like a low ERA, wins, etc. And I'm like, let's see how the championship game's going for the 2 people.
Yeah.
And the guys are batting like 200, have like a 5
yeah.
ERA. And like, this is pathetic. And then immediately,
the way it
I've
should
been
be.
very salty. And like the chat, I'm like, hey, friendly reminder for next year, we should change our playoff structure where we have 2 weeks of semifinals and 2 weeks of finals or something. So that way there's a little more time to hopefully not dominate and then just lose it all for just some crazy week. Like all that effort I put into it for nothing, except for content.
You know who else is going to disagree with that? Everybody else.
I don't know. I think some stuff they probably would agree with, but that's just one of them where I'm like, we need to change that structure. And then I need to double check about regular season winner, etc. It'll be nice if we change that.
That's what I
And
want to do in
then-
fantasy football.
The only other things which I don't think they'll change is, again, I've mentioned like the categories where if you win a category, you get a point. I kind of hate the wins thing because it's
Wins are stupid.
so
yeah.
random.
It's subjective.
And like people usually say like, that's a dumb thing. You should do quality starts. So it'd be cool if they could change it to quality start. So that way you're enticed
better.
to get better starters, and then that way, even if they lose, but they pitch 6 innings to give up 1 run,
Yeah, that's great.
then you get points for that. I think
Yeah,
that'd be
because they
better.
could do that and lose, and then you don't get the win, which is
And
dumb.
then sometimes you have a random pitcher who gives up 4 runs as a reliever, but then the team takes the lead after that in the 9th inning, and then they get the win.
Yeah, get the win,
It's
and
so
you're
random.
like, oh, wow, thanks.
Yeah. But, yeah, what were we saying, though, about your...
Oh, for fantasy football,
Yeah.
what I like, similar to what you're suggesting, is in my leagues, I would rather there be 4 playoff teams, and you play 2 weeks each time.
That's what I just said.
I know, but for fantasy football as well.
Okay, yeah. It's so much. I think that's what... Do we do that in the Until Next Week podcast, fantasy football?
Wrong.
I don't remember. That would have been nice to check before we started, but Jack's
Jack
the
probably
commissioner.
screwed us.
Yeah.
Probably teams 3 through 7 make it.
Not as much as... Not as much as he almost did. Was it Ryan he was playing?
I don't
Rockwell, where all of a sudden we get these messages. I think
I
it was from
saw Ryan
He's like,
doing-
"What is this crap? Jack's cheating." And he had it where if you get a safety, if your defense gets a safety, you get 50 points.
Let's go. Yes.
I was like, "What?" Because I was looking, I'm like, "Why
And
does
it
his
happened?
defense has 65 points?"
That's awesome.
And then I looked, I'm like, "Oh, he got 50 points for safety." And then again, I think it was Ryan. It was either Ryan or Austin. I think it was Ryan, though.
Or both.
I think it was Ryan because Austin, I think, is 0-3 at this point. But he was like, honestly, and I was like, I called him out, like, you should have
Read the rules, yeah.
Oh, actually, no. Jack didn't tell
Read the
anybody,
scoring.
but he did read the rules, and he kept it to himself. And I'm like, you should have brought this up to everybody, and we could have got it changed. But, of course, he knew about it, didn't say anything, and then it almost bit him in the butt. But somehow he still beat Jack because Jack had a horrible week, besides the safety.
Because Jack's team sucks.
Yeah. Everybody say it.
Jack's team sucks.
Yeah. Jack's team
Sucks.
Jack's-
Lindsay, trade me your players.
Yeah, that too. I kind of want Herbert, but even though Justin Fields is supposed to be better. But
Allegedly. We'll
anyways,
see.
yeah, that was all my grinds my gears.
Nice.
So what about you? What's grind your gears, Dane?
Well, there's this kid. I have 2 jobs now. And at my morning job,
2 chains.
2 chains, 2 Danes. Dang it. There's this kid named Charlie, and I think I said this last week.
Great chocolate.
But no.
Okay, good luck with that.
I
Charlie.
said, Charlie, can I call you Chuck? And he goes, no. And I said, can I call you Sea Dog? And he goes, no. And I said, what about Sea Money? And he goes, no. And I go, what about Arlie? I go, Arlie's tough. You need to go by Arlie. That's crazy. And he goes, no, don't call me Arlie. I'm like, nah, you're Arlie for
Okay.
sure.
Nah,
And then,
how about Charity?
yes.
Yeah.
No, he showed up the next day, and I go, Arlie, what's up, man? And then I saw him today. I was like, Arlie, what's going on? And he goes, don't call me Arlie.
And how old is he again?
I don't know, like 12. And
This guy's bullying me all the time.
Whatever.
All the time.
would your mom drop you off? Got him. But then also, yeah, I can't wait until I get called into the office or something. Like, are you going to get Arlie?
No, he has bad hearing.
I can't wait till I can.
And then you get a lie about it.
Yeah.
And then eventually at your small group or when you're teaching the kids, you're like, hey guys,
Exactly.
I have something to confess. I lied about calling a kid Arlie.
Yeah, I did call him Arlie because it's tough for real. If
Yeah,
your
it
name
is.
is Charlie,
Yeah.
I'm going to call you Arlie.
Yeah.
And so, actually, there's a kid named Charlie going to our fall retreat this weekend. I might call him Arlie, too.
That's everybody named Charlie. Arlie.
Arlie, what's up, man?
It's like, no, he's just making fun of my southern twang I got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I won't do that to him. Probably. It only fits this other kid. He looks like an Arlie, too. But then also, I asked the kids today I said, I have a quick question of the Dane. Stole
Yep,
that from you.
obviously.
And then I wrote something on the board. And then I said, if you, would you rather fight a chicken every time you get in the car? You've heard this one?
I don't know if I've heard the car part of it.
Oh, would you rather fight a chicken every time you get into a car for a year or fight an orangutan once a year with a sword?
Orangutan once a year with a sword,
Yep.
or every time you got to fight a what you said?
Every time you get in the car, you have to fight a chicken. The chicken is
You have to,
trying to kill you.
have to, kill the chicken?
Yes. You have to kill the orangutan
Every
too.
time?
Yeah.
But the orangutan has a sword.
No, you have a sword.
Oh, so you're fighting orangutan, but you got a sword?
Yeah, you have a
Do you
sword.
get a sword against a chicken?
No. You got bare hands.
I mean, I think it would motivate you to get jacked.
No, Jack is in Florida.
I know you make the joke, but I mean, that would be interesting because that's a lot of dead chickens.
The chicken for sure.
Do you get to eat the chicken afterwards?
You can do whatever you want with the chicken.
Take the chickens.
You gotta fight the
That's
chickens.
a lot of free chickens.
Yeah, it's a lot of free chicken, and you'll get good at killing the chicken after
Do
a
they
while.
lay eggs
No, they're
before,
dead.
No, before you kill them. Does every day do I get free eggs? Actually, it'd be like one free egg. So I get 365 or 366 free eggs a year, and then also 365 dead chickens.
0 eggs for you.
But I get the dead chickens.
0 eggs for you, but everybody listening on the radio right now, they get eggs.
Okay. Well, I
wrote that, and then this girl was like, I can write things backwards, and started writing random gibberish on the board. I'm like, answer the question. We're taking.
But then
a
you
vote.
realize she's dyslexic, and it was actually perfect English.
No.
Okay.
No, that's not what happened. These kids are always like blah blah blah. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
So that ground my gears that Arlie didn't want to be called Arlie.
Man, dang it, Arlie.
I know.
Yo, it's that time of day, so listen up, because it's time for some sports talk. The segment where we boldly analyze things we barely watched. Did we do research?
Factually, no. Emotionally, yes.
We're talking Big Daddy hacks, devastating sacks, and fourth quarter comebacks. But most importantly, no soccer. Ryan Rockwell sent me a video, and I feel like this will probably better express my feelings on the Green Bay Packers than I can express them myself. And I have no idea what's in this. But
against the Browns.
Yeah, so I'll just play it and see what happens.
We are widely considered the best team in the NFL, and we're the Cleveland Browns. We have been laying the smack down on teams for the last couple weeks, and we're the Cleveland Browns. I know you are. This is going to be fun. Okay, we punt. Brandon McManus field goal, we are on the board. Cool. We punt again. We punt too. No, you don't. You're intercepted by Xavier McKinney. Oh. Okay, why the hell are we only up 3-0 at half against the Cleveland Browns? We're the Cleveland Browns. I know you are, and that's why this is unacceptable. We've got to get it together and start kicking in the second half.
Whoa.
Do you? No, we punt. We punt too. Jordan Love to John Fitzpatrick in the end zone. Sweet mother of Moses and Margaret, the world is saved. That is a touchdown. We punt, then you punt. We were so terrified there for a bit. I mean, we were actually worried. We punt again, and you punt again, and we kick a field goal. For a second there, I really thought there was a chance that we were on the same level as the Browns, but I know now that sounds completely ridiculous. Love is intercepted by Grant Delpit, setting up a Quinshon Judkins touchdown to tie the game. You what? We tie the game.
Oh,
you
no.
what? We're the Cleveland Browns. I know you are. We can't be seen tied against you, and we certainly can't go into overtime, so we have to kick a field goal with 27 seconds on the clock. Kick is blocked by Shelby Harris. Our ball now. No, Browns, you love punts, right? Remember how much you love punts? Punts. Yeah, punts are so much fun, so you definitely want to punt the ball back to us, right? No, Andre Schmidt kicks a 55-yard field goal to win the game. I thought we were the best team in the NFL, but we just lost to the Cleveland Browns. We're the Cleveland Browns. I know you are. So we...
That's what the Packers game was like this past week.
That was a rough game, and I wasn't able to watch it because it was on some other random channel, but I did notice at the end I was like following along. I'm like, we're about to kick it, and then I got the notification it was blocked, and I'm like,
oh yeah,
you got to be kidding
me. There was
me.
like several block kicks this week.
Like
4 or 5.
Like every which way. And one was a blocked one to end the game, but then the big guy who's like 350 pounds, he decided to pick it up and run it back for a touchdown anyways.
Yeah, the Rams couldn't even do their job and beat the Eagles.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Crazy. They also had a huge lead and just blew it.
Yeah, they were up 27-6 at one point. Just blew it.
But we don't need to dig into all that too
I got
much.
mad.
But yeah, the Packers, I was like, what are you doing? Like, this is so bad. Also, some St. Louis Cardinals
Trade
news.
them.
Nolan Arenado had his last home game at Busch Stadium, but also he thought that would be the case last year, and he didn't get traded. But this year, it looks like he will. And then also the Cardinals were officially eliminated from playoff contention in like game 158 or 59. So like they almost made it to the end of the season without officially being eliminated, but they are eliminated now. And Sonny Gray, who was their big pitcher they brought in to give a lot of money. Before he's like, I want to be here. I want to play here. Don't trade me because there's a no trade clause. And then after this year, he's like, I thought we would be better is basically what he said. And he's like, I'd be willing to waive my no trade clause. So it looks like they will probably trade him as well.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if Contreras will, but just trade Contreras. I've never been a fan of him. He's a decent guy.
I like him.
But like whenever they signed him originally, I'm like, that doesn't seem like the right fit for us.
I liked the getting a catcher at the time, and then now I hate it because he's not playing catcher.
Yeah, he's playing first, and
Yeah.
like he's not a valuable first baseman.
No.
like his offense is not anywhere near what it needs to be.
He's
if you're
not a
gonna be-
$20 million a year first baseman.
No.
He maybe would be a $20 million a year catcher.
Yeah,
But he's
so and sometimes he doesn't even play first. He DHs,
Yeah,
and I'm
he
like,
just
that's not good. So hopefully he gets traded as well, and then the Cardinals rebuild begins, which there is hope. Because the Springfield Cardinals, the AA affiliate of the St. Louis Cardinals, won the Texas League minor
Nice.
league championships, which is the first time they've done it since 2012, which was the year they had
Yes.
Colton Wong,
Never heard
some
of
other
him.
guys, and Oscar Taveras.
Oh, R.I.P.
So hopefully in 2 years nothing happens to any of these guys.
That's true. Dang it.
That's I don't want that to happen. But yeah, they dominated all
Lance
year.
Lynn said that he thinks that the front office came to Sonny Gray and to Arenado and to Contreras and was like, hey, we're not adding in the offseason.
Oh, you think? Oh, did you watch? Like, was that a clip you saw today?
He was on a podcast somewhere. And he thinks that's what they said because why else would they be like, hey, we really want out now. We really want to or waive our no trade clauses, even though like because if they had said the opposite, we're looking to add this offseason. Okay, we'll stay here.
Yeah, because they're.
Yeah.
I mean, they were still in playoff contention until the
Yeah.
end, and that's with tons of injuries. And if they
Yeah.
added some pieces, like they could legitimately be a playoff team next year.
Could.
But
Need way better
yeah,
pitching.
Yeah. So it'll be an interesting offseason to see what happens, to see who gets the opportunities, etc. But yeah, the Springfield Cardinals, just to finish that out, they had their best season ever. Regular season, their record for wins in a year. They play 138 games.
Yeah.
They won 79 last year, which was a record. This year they won 88 in the regular season. That's
pretty good.
So I think they're like 88 and like 48 or so, or give or take, somewhere in there. And then their final record after doing two little like mini series in the playoffs was 92-50.
I want that manager
42
to manage
games.
the big league Cardinals.
42. Well, that's what happened with Schilt.
Yeah.
Schilt was the coach of the 2012 team, and then he went up to like AAA and everything else, came to the St. Louis, did great with them, and then they're like, hey, you were like manager of the year. You're gone. We got to fire you.
You're fired for philosophical differences.
Yeah. So this guy, who knows, in 5 to 10 years,
And then 2 years later,
get
Mosaic
fired.
walks.
Yeah.
Great.
It's crazy. But yeah, Springfield dominated. They won the championship. It was crazy how well they played, etc. And then one other sports update I had is Cal Raleigh through I think 158 games this year. He now has 60 home runs.
Yeah.
As a catcher.
Pretty good.
I would take him and his 60 home runs at first base. Also.
Yeah.
So I think the only people in American League history with 60 home runs
Mr.
is
Ruth?
Babe Ruth, Roger Maris, him, and then Aaron Judge, who has the
Aaron
record at 62. So
Yeah.
4 games left as of
The
recording.
American League record.
Yes,
Yes.
because Barry Bonds has
the
73
National League,
and
the
McGuire
all-time
has
record.
70 and Sammy Sosa hit 65-ish like 3 times.
Yeah.
But there's a chance he still could break the American League record
Yeah.
and maybe not even win the MVP. But if he...
Yeah.
I think he has to win the MVP.
I think as a catcher,
If you have
yeah.
60 home runs, even with like more warfare and Judge, and also the Mariners won their division for the first time in like 20 years.
Yeah.
I think he has it in the bag.
I think he should win it too. There was a video I watched that people were saying he had the best catching season of all time, which if you've ever heard me get on my soapbox about this, I absolutely hate it when people are like, this is the blank blank of all time.
You could say the
everything
best
is of all time.
You can say the best offensive hitting season for a catcher. That I think is undisputed.
Josh
But
Gibson had that.
But he didn't play the major leagues. So
Oh,
yeah, you gotta go. You
Samuel.
gotta go there. If you're saying major leagues, there you go.
Johnny Bench had a better season.
Not hitting wise,
He had a better season.
but a better season, yes.
Yeah.
But hitting wise,
I
crazy.
think Raleigh had the best slugging season, maybe.
I think best hitting.
But
I'm gonna take the hitting.
well, I'll take a catcher like Piazza in '98 or whatever. He
But-
hit like 365.
Yeah, but you get 60 home runs. That's fun.
Well, Piazza hit 40.
Okay. This is not a sports podcast. We just have a sports segment. We talk about sports a lot. But yeah, it'll be interesting if he somehow can hit 3 more home runs in the next 4 days. So if he
Yeah,
does,
beat Aaron Judge.
that'd be crazy. That would be so cool. But yeah, that was all my sports talk, and now it's to you, Dane.
I made big trades in my fantasy football leagues.
Oh, because you got to make the big trades. Oh, wait, no. And
One
your
of my other ones.
Stratomatic, that's where you have to do the weird trades to get everybody involved. But football, you can just do whatever.
I can do as many as I want, which
What
is
did,
great.
what did you do?
So I traded the one I'll tell you about that's making my team better is, I had a huge comeback on Monday Night Football. It was crazy.
Shout out.
I'm sitting there, and I'm like, man, I lost again. I'm about to go to 0-3 in this league, and I was like, this is not good. And so I'm in 5 leagues, right? I'm in the Until Next Week one. And then I'm in 4 sleeper leagues, and in 2 of them I'm 3-0, which is great. And then in my Hill City or my church staff one, I'm 1-2 now, which I had the second most points in the league and lost to the first most points in the league.
Of course, it always happens that way.
It always does. And
also with like the lowest points, like the 2 lowest people always somehow play each other.
They play, yeah.
Yeah.
And somebody gets the win for that. But and there's a way to fix that, but nobody ever wants to do it. But I have the first most points in the league in my staff league. But I'm 1-2. Okay, great. But then my other church league that I'm in with just a bunch of guys that I know at our church, I'm down. I'm getting ready to go 0-3. All I have is David Montgomery to play on Monday Night Football, and I'm down 25 points.
That's rough.
And
That's
I'm like,
hard.
I'm like, dang, man. He's the second running back to Jahmyr Gibbs. Like, he's not really the backup, but he doesn't get like nearly as many carries. It's probably a 60-40 split. And I'm like, well, good game. Like, it wasn't that good. And whatever. And then he has like a touchdown, and then he has like 50 yards, and I'm like, okay. And I'm like 10 points out now in the fourth quarter. And I'm like, man, it's still not going to get it. It'd take a miracle. And then he breaks off a 74-yard run.
Okay.
And
I hear you.
Was getting ready to score the touchdown, and he gets tackled. I'm like, dang, he doesn't have the breakaway speed. That's crazy. And then now I'm within 5 points, and I'm like, dang, okay, here we go. Maybe like something can happen here. And they get it on the 4-yard line, and then they false start, and he doesn't get the carry. And I'm like, dang, okay. Now the Ravens are gonna get it back, and they're gonna take it down and score, and I'm gonna lose. And I'm like, whatever. And then they don't. Derrick Henry fumbles the football. Lions recover it.
That was
I'm
crazy.
I'm like, oh, I might get it, but I still need 5 points, which is 50 yards or a touchdown. And they're at midfield. I'm like, man, or they're at the 30-yard line. I was like, I'm not gonna get it because they're just gonna like run the ball, knee it out the clock, and it's gonna be whatever. And I'm like, well. Try it again. And then David Montgomery breaks a run, gets the first down. Okay. And I'm like, okay, he's going to slide down, right? And then they're just going to take knees and knee out the game because they're winning.
Yeah.
But he doesn't. He keeps running into the end zone and scores a touchdown. And I end up winning by 3 points. And I'm like, and I texted the guy. I was like, dude, that is about as bad of a beat as there's ever been in our league because, like, not only did the second string running back get 29 points on Monday Night Football against a decent defense?
Yeah.
But also, he shouldn't have gotten that. He should have slid down, and then they take the knees and they run out the clock. That way, the Ravens don't even get the ball back. But he ran into the end zone, and I ended up winning because of that because I got 8 points from that one play. Crazy.
That you mentioned that could be one of the worst ways to lose. I remember one other ones where one of the times where I was in the Guillotine League, the week I got eliminated one year, I believe I had Jimmy Garoppolo as one of my quarterbacks, and I was going to make it to the next week, and then with like 2 minutes left in the game, he threw an interception, and that made me go right below. It dropped me like 2 points, and that dropped me below
1 point below
the last guy. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I was going to make it, and then you throw just an interception. That was so crushing.
I won on a stat correction one time.
That also, whenever I see stat corrections, I'm like, what is even happening to make that big of a difference? And it's crazy.
This is before they could do like 0.65 in the total, right?
Yeah.
And it was the exact total every time. And me and this guy tied like 120 to 120. And I'm like, wow, that's crazy. Like I've never seen a tie in fantasy football. And there was a stat correction that some guy ended up not catching a ball or something like that, or didn't get 10 yards quite. And then I ended up winning by 1 point. And I was like, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
But long story short, I traded for some players in that same league. I traded David Montgomery for George Pickens because I was like, David's not going to do this again. That's crazy. Get off my team. And
wait,
so,
you picked up George Pickens?
Yeah.
And then also CD Lamb's out for like 1 or 2 weeks.
3 weeks. Maybe.
Nice.
Well, yeah, 1, 2, 3 weeks.
Yeah, which is great for George Pickens owners like us because I'm looking forward to Pickens scoring a lot of points, to the running back for the Cowboys,
Javonte Williams,
scoring a lot of points, Dak Prescott going off, and then the Cowboys still losing to the Packers 24-17.
And that's what I'm getting to here.
Yeah.
Like, I think
we'll get into more next week after the fact, obviously.
Yeah, but my prediction and your prediction, you think 24-17?
Yeah.
You are being far too generous to the Dallas Cowboys.
24-10?
40-17 is what I'm predicting.
I think the Packers will have a good bounce back,
Crazy.
and then, especially without having CD.
No CD,
hurts.
and 2 of our offensive linemen are hurt too.
But, again, your running back and your wide receiver and Dak have looked. Well, Dak's looked okay,
Yeah.
but Pickens has looked very nice, and your running backs look very nice, and that's been very helpful for me in my Guillotine league.
Yeah. If CD was there, and then if our offensive line was good, I would still take you guys to win.
Yeah.
But I would predict it like
closer,
31-20.
Yeah, and especially with Micah Parsons playing you guys.
Oh man, revenge game.
And then Jerry Jones is like, I'm not playing a video for him whenever they come back.
Typical.
And he probably forgot who he was.
Typical Jerry. I tell you what.
But we'll dig into that more next week. But in the meantime, it's time for our main segment. Okay, we've officially thrown the script out the window. It's time for the main segment. And honestly, who knows where this is going? We don't. You don't. God does. But he's not telling. I like how I said we throw the script out.
And then we actually have a script.
And then we have it on the notes. And also we're doing a Mad Lib again this week where we have to fill out a script for it to generate a script for us. But still, it's a good intro. So I hope you enjoy that. I don't know who that guy was with that great voice and everything else, but it was pretty cool.
Velvety.
Pretty good. Yeah. You should hire him for something. I don't know what it is, but make him make a sound bite for you.
Tax fraud.
Anyways, doing a Mad Lib generator once again. Basically, we have some rules established that I gave AI because, again, they're going to generate for us out of the blue. We'll see how it is. It's going to be a story about an Italian dinner.
It's an Italian spicy meatball.
Keep that in mind. We're going to go through 15 different words that I think, Dane, do you want to do it again, Dane? Yeah. You'll give us some good spicy answers or whatever answers you want.
I don't play it safe.
They're going to make the story wild and spicy. This is what they say.
Oh, yeah.
There will be some other things that happen as well, but overall it shouldn't be crazy explicit, like most of our content. And sorry,
You're
I just
explicit.
kind of burped. That was disgusting. But I think we'll just dig into it. We'll get the 15 words, see how the story goes. Hope you enjoy it. And then in the future, if you want us to do certain scenarios or you want either myself or Dane to respond to these scenarios, send us some comments. Let us know what we should have a Mad Lib generated about. And if you'd like one of us to do it over another or mix it up, just let us know. And we can keep that in consideration for the future.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to start off here. Give me an adjective, Dane.
Okay, I got you. Glorious.
Oh, that's a good one. Very good for King and Country song, just so you know.
I did research.
Christmassy. A noun.
A noun, I got you.
Oh, no. Already laughing.
Okay, do you want the first one that came to my head?
You could.
Saddam Hussein.
So
That's a person, place, or thing.
So a name will come into place later. So I think right now you don't want to have a person as a noun.
A different person?
No, just a noun. Preferably not a person.
Place, or thing. Al-Qaeda's cave.
Are you sure? Can't it just be cave?
No, Al-Qaeda's cave. The spicy Italian dinner.
Why? And I also spelled Al-Qaeda wrong, but maybe that's a good thing. A verb ending in ing.
A verb ending in ing.
Yes, that's how most of your verbs are. You always give me ing verbs, even though this one is supposed to be an ing verb.
Yeeting.
Yeeting's good. I like that. Yeeting.
Yeeting.
Another adjective.
Another adjective. I'm glad you asked that one.
Yeah.
Crusty.
Crusty. Ugh. Crusty. Yeah. Number 5. A plural noun.
Oh, man. So multiple of these things?
Yes. So singular noun
Gotcha.
is singular, and plural is plural.
Chaotic chickens.
I think you just got to go chickens.
Chaotic chickens.
I don't think it's supposed to be okay. Chaotic chickens.
That's the name of one of our teams at Fall Retreat.
That you have to fight
True.
every week and every day in your car.
Every time you get into a car.
A place. Did you really know all these? What in the world?
No, I was going to say Al-Qaeda's cave.
Not again.
Jack Holmgren's house.
Okay. That's actually really good. I like that a lot. A celebrity's name.
Shepard Thomas Reed.
Shepard. That could get weird, but we'll go with it.
Wait, should I change it?
Wait. I can decide as I'm reading the story. Do you want to give me a backup name, just in case it feels like he shouldn't be there?
Erin Andrews.
Of course.
I love her.
I know. Another verb ending in ing.
Another verb ending in ing. Teleporting.
That's a good word. There we go.
I don't have a list of them.
A body part.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Left nostril.
Glad he went with nostril. Number 10, a type of food.
A type of food. Ooh, tacos.
Tacos for the Italian dinner. Yep.
I love tacos.
An adverb.
Oh, man. Oh, I have those too. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. I had to look him up this time.
Yeah. At least you're prepared. I like that.
Reluctantly.
Reluctantly. Okay. Number 12, a type of clothing.
Ooh.
Every time you laugh, you're like, oh, should I say this?
I keep thinking of crazy things.
Yeah. Type of clothing.
Toe shoes.
Toe shoes. Okay. Number 13, a famous building.
Ooh.
Al-Qaeda's cave.
I was going to say World Trade Center.
Yeah, I figured you probably would. A famous building.
Rocky statue.
It's not a
Does that count?
building.
Fine. U.S.
A
Embassy.
building. Rocky statue. Okay. The ocean.
The U.S. Embassy
Okay. That's
in Iraq.
So you're going to Jack Holmgren's house. You're probably going to go to Iraq, etc. A noun, which is something you can't touch.
I can't touch it?
A girl's hand.
What? Unreal. But something I can't touch.
Yes.
But it's a person, place, or thing.
Yeah.
Gravity. Is that a thing?
That works.
Nice.
And then finally, a plural noun.
A plural noun. Swordfishes.
Swordfishes. How do you put swordfishies?
No.
Swordfishes.
Fishes.
Okay.
Because they're adults.
Well, here comes the story. And we'll start. I don't know if this will be funny or not, but we'll just go with it.
I think it would be funny.
The evening began with a glorious toast.
Yeah, I did.
1 second. I gotta do something really quick.
You gotta turn it up.
I'm gonna put some.
Is there a way to make Morgan Freeman read it?
I don't think we want to do that.
Why?
Dramatic.
Oh, because we want to control it.
What's the word if it's
Plausible deniability?
No.
Copyright?
Non-copyright. There we go.
Oh, dramatic. We do need dramatic music in the background.
I'll go with it. I'll see how this is.
Can it be Italian dinner themed? Like Italian dinner music?
I guess we could do that.
I want Italian dinner themed.
Italian dinner themed music, non-copyright. Let's see. Happy Italian restaurant music. Royalty-free Italian background music downloads. Let's just click this and see what happens. Oh, that's very loud.
I like it though. I feel like I'm there.
Okay. Now,
welcome to the Italian dinner.
I'll read the story for you, Dane. Come in here to my pizzeria. Man, I'm trying to get down to it. Okay, here we go. The evening began with a glorious toast. As my date and I shared a plate of crusty bread. The restaurant felt like a quiet, intimate U.S. embassy in Iraq.
Yeah, it did.
With a warm light casting shadows across our faces. We were having a wonderful time, eating olives into our mouths while telling each other stories. I probably should to an accent. My date confided in me that they once spotted Shepard Thomas Reed teleporting out of a very messy, dramatic dinner.
I could see that.
Things started to get wild when the waitress came by and offered us a free appetizer. My date reluctantly chose the tacos.
Oh, man.
Which were so spicy they made my date's left nostril twitch. I laughed at my date. I don't know how to do an accent. My date just winked, reached over, and pulled a single toe shoe from her pocket.
Ew.
I wasn't sure how to react. Just as my date excused themselves to the restroom. When they returned, they were strangely holding 2 very large swordfishes, which they said they had pulled out of the bathroom. The entire atmosphere shifted. The air grew thick with gravity as my date placed the swordfishes on the table.
Yeah.
The twist came. The chaotic chickens we had been hearing from the kitchen all night suddenly stopped clucking. The restaurant went completely silent. My date leaned in close and whispered, "The fish were the distraction. Now we finally have a place to ourselves." That was such a dumb story. I also can't even I'm not trying to do an accent, but I'm listening to music.
Whatever.
I'm just changing.
You're the one who's culturally appropriating the Italians.
That wasn't as funny this week, but
Well, that's because I didn't use the term explosively.
here, give me new story, but extra spicy. I can read it really quick.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Use same words. That was the song. We'll play it again. This is called Cooking with the Italians.
Nice. I feel like I'm in a Pixar movie.
Yeah, this isn't very funny either. Wow, these are horrible.
Come on,
we
chat.
can just keep listening. Here, let's go one more. Okay, one more.
Un mas.
Gosh. Give me spicy story, mad lib, but not too inappropriate.
If you're riding in the car right now, this is quite the ride.
Okay, we'll go quick. Name a celebrity.
Aaron Andrews, I love you.
Aaron Andrews again. Okay, adjective.
Gyrating.
No, why? A verb ending in ing.
Stabbing.
Okay. Oh, this is a good music. I like this. Piece of clothing.
Nose spreader.
Nose spreader. Okay.
Yeah.
What? It's a piece of clothing. Nose spreader. Another celebrity's name.
Who else do I love? Lainey Wilson.
Oh my gosh.
I love her.
This could get bad. A food item.
Limes.
A place you've been. Al-Qaeda's cave.
No, Lindsay Reed's house.
Lindsay. Wow, this is a weird sound.
Are we underwater now?
An animal.
A sugar glider.
Sugar glider.
It's like a little hamster thing.
An object you can hold in your hand.
Oh man.
PG.
Oh yeah. For sure.
Yep.
What kind of?
An object you can hold in your hand. Come on.
I want to do something funny. Ferris wheel.
Gosh. Sound effect.
Whammy.
Whammy. Another adjective.
Percolating.
Percolating. And then a fictional character's name.
Megamind.
Megamind.
I llove Megamind. He's so funny.
Okay, let's see how this goes.
I based my personality on him.
Okay. Oh. I don't know if I should do gyrating. Do you want to change gyrating for me? Just give me another ing word.
And
And we'll go with the next song.
flossing.
Here we go.
Oh.
Much. The air was thick with a scent of limes and a palpable sense of anticipation. Aaron Andrews entered the room wearing a daring nose spreader that only she could pull off.
Oh, Shantae.
What was the ing word you had?
It was gyrating.
What was
but
the
now
second
it's
one?
flossing.
She was flossing with an intensity that made the whole room feel like it was stabbing.
That is still what?
That it was stabbing.
Oh, the
Suddenly,
room felt like a stabbing?
Yeah, the whole room felt like it was stabbing. Suddenly, the door burst open. It was Lainey Wilson
Yes.
carrying a live sugar glider and looking absolutely percolating.
Yes.
With a theatrical flourish, she placed a sugar glider on a table and held up a shimmering Ferris wheel. With this, she announced dramatically, "I will make the world's most incredible whammy."
Whoa.
Aaron Andrews raised an eyebrow. "I've been working on my own technique," she declared, "over at Lindsay Reed's house with Megamind." And with that, the real battle of wits and of sheer chaotic energy began. That was better.
That was better. No gyrating.
Oh, no. I was like, Also, nose spreader's kind of wild.
Well, you need a nose spreader so you can breathe.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that was our main segment. Do we just want to enjoy the last part of this song, or do you want to get into what grinds your gears?
3 seconds
Or
of
your
silence.
manifesto.
3 seconds of silence.
Okay. You can start your next part. Let's do it.
Welcome to Dan's Manifesto. I'm so glad you guys are here in our Italian office. If you're driving, keep driving through France because we're in France now. And if you're walking, go ahead and keep walking to the Eiffel Tower because now we're here and we're going to talk about
Let's not.
one fun fact that I learned this week. I'm in the Italian Mafia. This is kind of weird. But
Okay, I'll stop.
Now we're going to talk about this fun fact that I learned this week. It says about the Packers head coaches.
Oh, I spit all over my computer.
Yeah, you did. So it says since 1970, there have been 3. Wait, no, this isn't about Packers. This is about Pittsburgh Steelers head coaches.
Oh, okay.
Since 1970, there have been 3 Pittsburgh Steelers head coaches. And in that same time, we have had 5 popes. We've had more popes in the world.
That's because the coaches survive longer.
That's true. They do survive longer. And in the spirit of that, I have my top 5 leaders that I would rather have than Jerry Jones. And so...
Number 1, Shepard Thomas Reed. Number 2, Aaron Andrews.
Ooh, no.
Number 3, the people in Al-Qaeda's cave.
Also true.
Yes. Okay.
No, number 1, Nero, the Roman emperor.
Hey, I was Nero the right answer.
He burned Rome, fiddled through it, and still ran an empire longer than Jerry's had a winning playoff record.
He got a lot of hate.
He sure
got
did.
a lot of hate.
Sure did. Louis the 16th, number 2.
Oh, yep.
He lost his head during the French Revolution, but still had more sense about timing and alliances in the Cowboys' free agency
Yep.
strategies.
True. I agree. Yep.
General George McClellan, the Union.
What was that?
George McClellan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was the Union general during the Civil War, one of them. He was known for doing nothing, even when the opportunity was begging. Sound familiar?
But sometimes nothing is better than overpaying your players.
That's true,
Yes.
but we don't do that.
Yeah.
James Buchanan, who was the president before Abraham Lincoln, widely blamed for failing to prevent the Civil War, but at least he didn't trade away their future for a flashy pick. And number 5, Herbert Hoover. The Great Depression hit hard, the economy tanked, but he didn't charge his fans he didn't charge his fans a fortune to watch a mediocrity every year. Wow.
Sorry, I had to cough like that.
Unreal. So, terrible dictators, and yet they all remind me of better
Dictators. That
leaders.
was Herbert Hoover and James Buchanan.
Hey, Nero was not good. Nero lit Christians on fire.
Yeah, but you just... Okay.
Okay, I named a couple presidents.
Okay.
And a Union Civil War
Are
general.
you done?
Yeah, that was it. That was part 82 of Dane's Manifesto.
It was 83.
83. Sammy's little known facts, out of the box and off the tracks. Oddball genius that knows about tax. Sammy's little known facts, and he never listens to Jack. I sound older than I used to.
Yeah. First little known fact is actually regarding Serena Williams and Albert Pujols. August 29th, 2001, Serena Williams wins at the U.S. Open.
Yes.
Albert Pujols hits a home run. And Vladimir Guerrero Sr., Craig Biggio, and Dante Bichette all record a hit. Fast forward 21 years on August 29th, 2022. Serena Williams wins at the U.S. Open. Albert Pujols hits a home run. And Vladimir Guerrero Jr.,
Yes.
Kevin Biggio,
Yep.
and Bo Bichette all record a hit.
Wow. Junior.
That's
Well, they're all the sons.
they're all the sons of the dads, and in both times, Albert Pujols hits a home run, and Serena Williams wins the U.S. Open. That's called longevity. That is crazy.
That's called Albert Pujols is the GOAT. I don't like Serena Williams.
But she's the goat of women's tennis.
She's pretty good.
Yeah. Number 2, little known fact: more U.S. presidents were born in October than any other month.
How many?
Allegedly, I don't know.
Allegedly, they falsified the birth certificates again.
In 1863, Robert Todd Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln's son, he was standing on a crowded train platform in Jersey City, New Jersey, when he fell and was almost crushed by a moving train. He was saved by a man who grabbed him by the collar and pulled him to safety. The man who saved him was Edwin Booth, the famous actor and brother of John Wilkes Booth, the man who would assassinate Robert's father 2 years later.
Why were they hanging out?
I don't know. I mean, they were at a train station.
Oh,
yeah,
likely story. Yeah, because the government's told all the truth this whole time.
August 6, 1945. I don't know how to say this guy's name, Tsutomu Yamaguchi, a Japanese man, was on a business trip in Hiroshima.
Oh.
When the first atomic bomb was dropped.
Yep.
He was just 2 miles from the blast, suffered serious burns, and was temporarily blinded.
Yep.
He spent the night in a bomb shelter and then returned to his hometown of Nagasaki on August 8th. The very next day, August 9th, the second atomic bomb was dropped.
Wow.
Yamaguchi was in the blast zone yet again, but survived, and he lived to be 93 years old.
What? He lived forever,
He's
too?
like, wow, this is the worst day ever.
Can't get worse than this.
Oh, no.
Here we
It's
are
another
again.
one.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Oh.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
That's
But great story later on.
well, man, yeah. Grandpa, what are those burns from? Well, let me tell you.
You know how there was a couple atomic bombs dropped?
Yeah.
They were both on me.
You ever heard of the Great War?
Yep.
The war to end all wars?
Yeah, that's wild.
That's actually World War One. But
And then also, so this is the last little known fact. In 1898, Morgan Robertson, a former sailor, published a novel titled Futility, or The Wreck of the Titan. The book described a massive, unsinkable passenger ship named the Titan that sank after hitting an iceberg in the North Atlantic. And then fast forward to April 1912, which is 14 years later.
yeah.
The Titanic, a real-life unsinkable ship, sank after hitting an iceberg in the same area. And then it said the parallels between the fictional Titan and the real Titanic were astonishing. Both were roughly the same size and described as unsinkable.
Yep.
Both had too few lifeboats for their passengers, and both sank in the month of April.
Wow.
Yet, only one of them had a movie made out of it.
True.
Yes.
And also, there was a second Titanic ship built,
Is what they say.
allegedly.
Yeah.
And then this one was the swap of it or something like that. Welcome back to Dane's Manifesto.
Next week. But yeah, that was my little known facts for the week, and I think it's time for...
Oh, maybe. And now, it's time for Jokes with Jack.
What did the fisherman say to the magician?
Where are you at?
Take a cod, any cod.
No, veto. But also, where are you at? What auditorium are you in right there? That was crazy.
Not an auditorium.
And now, it's time for...
So, Jack's jokes suck.
So, it was a fisherman that said, like, take a cod or something?
Cod. Like, so cod
Like
is
take
a type
a card and
Yeah,
like
yeah,
cod. Is it take a cod?
Cod is a type of fish.
Oh, I know cod is. I didn't know
Yeah.
about the first part.
Yeah, take a cod, any cod.
Yeah.
He's trying to say it with like an accent.
Where do you think he was? Because I know where he was.
Bathroom, for sure.
That was quick. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll just get to some voice memos.
Ooh.
Dang, I kind of like this beat. Do you have any songs you could sing for me?
Yo. You hit record, we hit regret. The voice memos, the wildest yet. Hot takes, weird thoughts, midnight dreams. The one guy still chasing his dreams. Mumbled nonsense, emotional flair. We play it back like we just don't care.
Voice memos.
Good morning, podcast. I have a Grinds My Gears story, but it's like a throwback Grinds My Gears story. Samuel and Dane were talking a lot about phones, and Samuel mentioned that getting a phone off Facebook Marketplace could be sketchy, and it reminded me of a memory from high school. So it was like 2013. I was a sophomore in high school. It was cross-country season. And we would always like meet in our locker room, lock our lockers, all this stuff. We go out for our run, we come back after practice, and we're like getting ready to go home and stuff. We come in the locker room and realize that like pretty much all of our stuff had been stolen.
Yeah.
And when I say all of our stuff, I mean like phones, jewelry, things like that. And of course, we locked our lockers, so it was really confusing. Well, what had happened was these two guys came into our locker room with bolt cutters, and they cut the locks on our lockers and stole our stuff. What was really strange was these guys were from Georgia. Like, they were just kind of on the road and just stopped by our high school and stole our stuff in our locker room. And they stole my phone in particular, and my stepmom got somebody to help like find my phone or something, and it was on Craigslist, and they were like, do you want it back? And I was like, no, I don't want it back at this point. And what's funny is, I thought you would appreciate this, is that phone was an Android. That was my first smartphone. It was an Android.
Shout out.
And after that, what phone did I get? I got the iPhone, and I've never looked back because why would you own an Android?
So true.
You did. You literally
I'm pausing
did.
for the effect. Anyways,
You owned one.
but that just kind of also goes to show with the times. I mean, that was 12 years ago, but just like these random dudes walked into our huge facility locker room and nobody blinked an eye. So, yeah, there you go.
First off, they should not have been in there because they were men in the women's restroom.
That's
so
true.
that was
girls'
the first
locker
part.
room.
Yeah, girls'
Yeah,
locker.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, okay, I guess. I don't think you're allowed to do that either.
Yeah, you can't go to a girls' locker room.
That was the biggest
yeah.
crime there. Also, you could have got a good deal getting that Android back because they do not resell as well on Facebook Marketplace.
Because they don't sell at all.
Well, obviously they do. That's what my whole story was. Do you listen to me each week, Dane?
Everybody listening to the podcast, convert. Do not get an Android.
Yes, be a part of the elitist society that Dane and several other people are a part of.
It's the American standard.
Yes. Overpay for phones. That's the way to do it.
You got it, America.
Yeah. So, yeah, Lindsay, I do appreciate that story until you called out Android users. So, yeah, we'll just keep moving on.
She got robbed.
Yeah, that's all I got to say. We got some comments, one from a past episode. Actually, two from a past episode, both of which are from...
Dane.
Elizabeth Virgil.
Oh.
Yes. One of which was actually a response. Again, we mentioned Allie mentioned on 142. Dane, I'm worried that you're turning into that grandpa that tells the same story over and over again because you're trying to tell the story of Lindsay with the cat and the tree.
Lindsay called 911.
And Elizabeth pointed out, haha, yeah, the title of episode 131 was literally because of that story, which was like calling the fire department.
Well, she did.
Or something like that.
She called the fire department.
So we talked about that like a few months ago.
She called the cops.
And you wanted to talk about
It's
it
not
again.
my fault Lindsay called the cops.
Also, Elizabeth mentioned that totally related with all of Samuel's picks for whatever I picked, 142. Can't remember exactly, but Elizabeth, thank you for agreeing with me because it was great.
You don't know that.
She just said it. The episode 143, we had some comments. Not a lot, though. Ellie Hoopy put, it's Sunday, not Monday, crazy boys.
Whoa.
Because I've been kind of crazy and like, I'll just drop the episode when I'm done editing and
Samuel's
post
the
it
crazy
on
one.
Sunday or whatever else. So
I work on
I was trying to
Sundays.
give you joy early, Ellie. Just want to say that. Jack Holmgren put, in quotations, door number C, just get an iPhone because I'm an American.
There you go.
In quotations.
Let's go.
The Bears haven't won a game in like 350 days. Oh, wait, it was against the Packers in January.
Got him.
Samuel Loki sounds like he's weeping softly a little when he laughs.
True.
Also, you called me a communist because I was driving during Dane's manifesto. And in fact, I was in my Elantra. And by the way, it is a red car.
See? Hyundai Elantra communist, Jack.
Also, my boss would be dying laughing for my jokes, by the way. This episode really had me gyrating.
Whoa.
And then Angela Birdwell put, Mad Libs was hilarious. Also, can I get Dane's chili recipe?
Oh, boy. So I've been asked to enter in a chili cook-off, actually, in October.
So will you share the recipe with Angela?
If I win.
Okay, Angela, we'll talk about if he wins the chili. Actually, if you lose, you still can share it.
I have it written
You
down.
just got to make it past the competition.
I know.
You later found out it says beans and water.
It's not beans and water.
Beef, beans, and water.
The way I made my first thing of chili ever, I spent 9 years perfecting this recipe, is I made it, cooked up the beef, put powder or chili powder in there, blah, blah, blah. Didn't put any beans in there.
Yeah.
But I did put almost, or like a whole like container of tomato juice in there. Because I thought it was made with tomato juice because it's always kind of a slightly red color. And so I poured all this tomato juice in there and I ate it and I was like, oh.
Did anyone tell you how to make chili or just like, I'll go off the looks?
I went off the looks. I mean, I was 18 years old. I thought I was like, I got this. I'm in college now. And we saw how that went.
So you more so made like spaghetti sauce, watery spaghetti sauce.
I mean, it didn't taste like it because I
with
put the
beans
chili
and
powder in there too.
Spicy.
Yeah.
Spicy meatball. Then we also had a poll, which was, should we make Mad Libs? And I put an occasional
rotating segment, yeah.
podcast segment.
Yeah.
And 100% of people said, no, never do that again. Just kidding. They said, definitely, that was wild.
Oh, yeah.
So we did it again this week.
I know.
And it wasn't great at first until we made it extra spicy.
We always got to make it. You got to put the jalapenos
I think we
in
also
there.
always need to have some sort of music in the background to kind of fit the tone.
yeah.
I think that made it better.
We
Even
find
though
yeah.
I kept naturally doing an Italian accent, which I wasn't trying to.
Yeah.
I also found out, which I don't want to do it right now, is I was trying to do like a New Yorker's accent yesterday. And I'm not good at impersonating people, but the New Yorker accent just became a Trump accent, and I'm like, I cannot impersonate his voice.
Well, he's from New York.
Yeah, but I can't impersonate his voice ever. But then I was trying to impersonate like a New York person, and it just became straight Trump, and I'm like, I can't do a normal New York anymore. It's just immediately
He's a great guy.
Yeah.
I used to love him a lot back in the day.
Melania.
I do a great smoker's voice.
Listen, honey,
Okay.
you're gonna make it big on Broadway one day. You're gonna be just like Aunt
You could be a stink bug in a Pixar movie.
That too.
Yeah. But yeah, that was all our responses, which means it's time for our sponsors of the week. Jesus Christ of Nazareth is our number one sponsor of the week, and don't forget it. And Dane has a word to say.
Stop on your right foot and don't forget it. So welcome back to Jesus's manifesto, where Jesus. No, it's not. It's not like that. Jesus is the one who writes things, and then I read his word and then say, "Hey, it's saying this, guys." So then, this weekend, I'm teaching at Fall Retreat. So I was in charge of the gatherings, which was who was speaking, and then the band, and then also curriculum that comes out of that kind of sort.
The new Popeyes Hot Ones menu.
I don't want to hear about Popeyes, Samuel. This is Jesus's manifesto
I was
time.
trying to see if my tight end was doing anything.
No, he's not.
It's Trey McBride. He's doing okay.
Yeah, he's doing okay.
Yeah. Okay, keep going. Sorry.
Spicy hot wings from Popeyes.
Unreal. But so I'm teaching, we chose the theme of the whole weekend is about prayer, because the whole fall semester is over prayer for the kids, and we just got done teaching them how to pray using tacos, Thanksgiving, adoration, confession, other self, and then now we're in prayerful dependence, and now we're going to Fall Retreat, where we are teaching over Jesus's prayer in the Garden of Gethsemane, and I am going to be the second teacher up at this. So we have 4 staff members, and then 3 of them are dudes, and so we're having one guy teach Friday night, I'm teaching Saturday morning, and then the other guy teaching Saturday night. And so the only reason I'm teaching Saturday morning is because I called dibs on teaching over the part of let this cup pass from me, or Father, if it is possible, let this cup pass from me. And so I'm going to kind of explain that. Let me flip to the actual verse here. And so go to Matthew if you're driving, and then scroll down to verses. Where are we at here? Not that one. We're way up here. We're okay. Here we go. Okay, it says here in verse 39, and going a little further, he fell on his face and praying, saying, "My Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as you will." And he came to the disciples and found them sleeping. And he said to Peter, "So could you not watch with me 1 hour? Watch and pray that you may not enter into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak." So I'm kind of taking this with the first part. My Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not my will, or not as I will, but as you will. Because the whole second part of my verses there is about your flesh entering into temptation. And I'm like, I can tie it in a little bit, but I think most of this will be about suffering and then praying, God, will you take these things from me? And then I'm going to be getting into, in my intro, how Jesus in this moment is demonstrating how he is perfectly God and perfectly human all at the same time, because like his flesh is here, like saying to him, like, hey, I don't want to go to the cross here. Like that sounds not fun, going to the cross here and being crucified and suffocating slowly and being beaten. And so he is there, and what's kind of happening at this moment is he just had the Last Supper with the disciples. He just told Peter, hey, you're going to deny me 3 times. He takes the inner circle, which I believe is Peter, James, and John. And is it Peter, James, and John? I think it's Peter, James, and John. Or no, it's Luke, because Luke observes that he's sweating blood, I think. I can't remember. I'll look it up later. The inner circle, which is 3 people. And then, we'll look it up later. And then, so he goes off and prays.
Peter, James, John.
Yeah, Peter, James, and John.
There you
nice. Nice right here, guys.
I'm listening.
So it's Peter, James, and John. And then he talks about how he wants this cup to be passed from him, but he knows that the entire Old Testament is all pointing to him as the Messiah coming to the world, and he's supposed to be crucified and died and supposed to rise from the dead. That is fulfilling the prophecies that came before him. That's the only way that he can take on the sin of the world. And likewise, whenever he's up on the cross, one of the thieves says, like, if you are the Son of God, get yourself down off this cross and get us down also. But Jesus also knows in that moment, again, like, I am here not to do my will. I'm here to do the Father's will, which he's perfect God, perfect human. That's a whole, like, hard concept to grasp. But he's 100% of each. He's not 50-50. He's 100% of each. And so likewise, like, how can we put to death our own flesh? How can we say no to some worldly, fleshly ambition and say yes to godly desires, what we know God wants for us? Because he says here, the spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. So we know what we want to, or what we should do, but yet we still find ourselves falling into the same trials and temptations and falling again and again into the same sins. But Jesus came and defeated all of those temptations, and we can look to him and look to his reference whenever we think about how we can go about defeating our sin and our temptations. And there's a lot of ways to do that. First of which, don't allow it in your like immediate proximity. Like, if you really struggle with something, don't let it just be around all the time.
Yeah.
Maybe put some safeguards up there. It definitely helps a lot. But then also have accountability. Have somebody, I know some guys who have passwords on their phones and only somebody else has that password. So that helps them in different areas of struggle. And also confess your sin. I know, like, I really started to take off in defeating my own temptations and trials and things like that whenever I started to go and confess to an accountability group and just be like, hey, struggling with this. And then all of a sudden I was like, man, this is kind of cool. But then also James talks about confessing your sin, but then also praying over that. So when you confess, have the person you're confessing to also pray with you over that.
Yeah.
So Jesus demonstrates perfectly human and perfectly God, and we can look to his example for how to live our life, not by the flesh, but by the Spirit. So that is Jesus, and that's our verse of the week, number 1, Jesus.
And also you can, I mentioned in the past, I use that Bloom card or whatever that can completely lock you out of your phone.
Yes.
Something else that's kind of helpful here and there, even if you just want to be like less distracted.
Yeah.
So just want to point that out. Also, I may or may not have pulled up the Seahawks Cardinals game. And there is 3 minutes left, and the Seahawks are up by 7.
Yeah, they are.
They went to kick a field goal.
Yep.
And the
Blocked.
Arizona Cardinals stadium, which is indoors.
Yes.
And they just straight up missed it.
Yep.
So now the Cardinals have the ball with 3 minutes left, and they're trying to tie the game.
Yeah, they are.
So just
They're
want
gonna
to
do it.
just want to point that out. Hopefully that happens because I need some points if my tight end will catch some balls.
I'm going against the Seahawks defense in one of my leagues, so I need the Cardinals to score as well.
Yeah, hopefully they score. So who knows? But we'll finish it up in the meantime. Number 2, sponsors of the week: Jake Trustin, Art, Pretty Ricky, and Reverend Banks.
Wow. Reverend Banks' wife is super pregnant, and she's starting to show a little bit.
And then number 3, sponsor of the week is yesterday is
Samuel's birthday.
Lauren's birthday.
Whoa!
Happy birthday, Lauren.
Lauren's old.
Wow. Oh, don't say that.
She's like 21 now.
She finally turned 21. So shout out, Lauren. Happy birthday. If you're listening on her birthday, randomly send her a message out of the blue, and she'll be like, who's this? And you're going to say you're from the pod. So
it's your birthday. Yeah,
yeah,
it's your birthday.
Yeah.
Go, Lauren.
Happy birthday.
You're probably on top of a roof somewhere.
Yep. I think that's what she was planning on doing.
Going roofing?
So, yeah, going roofing. Then finally, reach out if you want to make clips for us, or, again, buy a $30 shirt. They're flying off the shelves, sort of.
Crew necks.
Or if you're in town, you can buy one for less, or if you want more than one, we can work out a deal.
Until next week,
you still need to get money from your coworker.
Listen, it's not about the money for Dane.
You requested the money, and he hasn't paid yet, so I just want to point that out. Also, Friday Pickleball. Use the code Samuel14434 if you want $5 off your order of at least 2 paddles. They got some good deals going on, so use that on top of it and help a brother out. And to help another brother out, Dane, if you want to help him in this ministry support so you can keep on having great stories and content for the pod like you hear every single week. Also, keep telling your friends. If you enjoyed the podcast, please, please, please subscribe on their phones and leave 5 stars from their phones. And don't let your son leave less than 5 stars.
Ryder? Ryder, I'm looking at you. I'm not afraid to call out people in this pod.
I mean, it could be someone else at this point because it went from back and forth. It doesn't really matter. But
matters.
also, we want at least 100 reviews.
I want to
on
make
Spotify.
it big.
So please leave a 5-star review there. Leave 5
Samuel
stars
wants
on
to be
Apple.
famous.
And we haven't had an Apple review since October of last year. Like
Guys.
a written one. I want a written Apple review. That would be kind of fun.
Write it down. Write anything.
Give us another one. That'd be cool. And then also, as we mentioned, leave the 5 stars. Leave the voice memos on Instagram if you want to be featured. Follow the Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And thank you again for listening to episode 144 of the Until Next Week podcast.
The Stabbing Fish.